It's not raining, but the fog is so thick it's like it's raining. Um, if there's a, if you can see in your future where you might be forced to live off of rice or beans or pasta noodles, you know, if you were in a situation where that was going to be a main part of your meal, I'll give you a little trick. Something I had to learn a while back is take some water. I like to soak beans overnight. It makes them more palatable, more digestible. But take beans in a jar, soak them overnight. But when it comes time to cooking, put them in water and boil them, or however you cook them. Just cook your beans. Just water. Nothing. No spices. No fat. No bacon. Nothing. Just cook the beans. When they're finished, do what you normally do. Take them out, rinse them, or cool them, or whatever you do, and eat them. I'm like, oh God, just plain beans. Who could eat that? And you might realize it. Gosh, just plain cooked beans. This is disgusting. This is, because most of the time you eat beans like chili beans. We put tons of stuff in there. Same thing goes for rice. Same thing goes for pasta. If you go and cook those beans completely plain, nothing added to it, can you eat that? I mean, you could, but would you really want to have to eat that? Okay, if you can't, okay, salt and pepper, chili powder, whatever your thing is, then have those spices or that thing available, especially if it's stores. That's great. I use a lot of spices cooking at work. And so when I see stuff on sale, I'll buy it. I got a whole bunch of stuff like this, a whole bunch of stuff like this. I keep those on hand. But let's say if you're in a situation where you're going to have to eat beans, or plain rice, or plain noodles, pasta, what would make it more appealing? Salt and pepper, whatever spice you use. Maybe you need a can of tomato sauce, whatever your thing is. All these things are storable. How little can you add to any one of those and make it more of a appealing as a meal? Okay. I could like noodles. I could just put if you have ground Parmesan, it comes in a can on it. I could live on that. That's easy. Rice. Here's another one. Most people just say, oh, there's white rice and brown rice. Well, no, there's brown rice. And then there's basmati rice and jasmine rice and long rice and some I can't even pronounce rices. One I just found recently is Calrose rice. Very common, at least out here. I can eat rice plain, but you got to really know how to cook it. I'm not the best. I got a rice cooker. But if you know how to cook it like they do in the stores, it's really good. But I can eat Calrose rice just plain. It actually has a flavor to it. It's real creamy. It's kind of like basmati rice. It has like a creamy effect to it without adding cream to it. Kind of strange. Right, it's over there. Anyhow, you might find out that, hey, yeah, you could eat rice with very little on it. You just got to get the right breed, the right type. You know, do a little research there as far as, I like this rice compared to that rice. Whatever. Some rices are very, very plain. It's like styrofoam. Some have a real flavor, and they all have a different texture. Some need to be cooked a little longer. I cook a lot of rice at work. But that's something you might want to find out. Hey, if I, like I said, I could take Calrose rice and do that. My favorite, at least currently, is I'll take rice and throw a can of tuna on it. That's another thing. Hang on. Then you got like your pastas. You got big noodle pastas, take forever to cook. Or you got angel hair pasta, cooks very fast because it's, smaller. Something to consider. Here's a can of tuna. Okay, God, I remember when tuna was cheap. This stuff's almost $3. This is bumblebee yellowfin, solid light tuna in olive oil. Now this is an olive oil, so it's going to be fatter. But which, if you're hungry, that's great. If you're not hungry and you're trying to lose weight, that might be an issue. This has 14 grams of fat and 500 mgs of sodium. I never cared about that stuff before, but that's really it's just a preservative. 500 milligrams of sodium. For most people, that's not good, especially if you're getting older. Here's a can. Is this the same, guys? No, this is Starkist. No salt added. Chunk white albacore. Tuna and water. How much fat? 0.5 grams of fat. There's no olive oil in that. Fish is low in fat for the most part. And sodium is 65 mgs. Now, they will taste different. You could add a little salt to this of your own if you want, your own liking. But yeah, this on rice is delicious. But like I said, this one might have more health benefits because it's low in fat. If that's an issue for you, and really low in salt compared to the others. Oh, here we go. This is my favorite brand. This is the most expensive of the three. Genova. In olive oil, very tasty tuna. They do a good job with this, but let's look at the fat again. 11 grams of fat. And where's the sodium? 500 mgs of sodium. Okay. Now this will probably, I wonder, let me get a date here. That's funny. It's not already expired. Okay, the one in water expires in 2028. There's a big difference here. The one with the high sodium is 2027. Anyhow, I guess that's not a factor there. So what do you think? Can you eat your beans, rice, or noodles just plain? If you could, that's cool. You know, carbs, protein, all that stuff. But if you can't, learn what you need to add to it. And you won't know until you try it. If you cook some plain beans, just as is, you go, oh, this is terrible. What could I really add to this? You want something that you could store. It might be whatever. It's basically going to be spices, you know, or meats if you can, meats or whatever. What's it going to take to make that where you would eat that every day and be somewhat satisfied? And then purchase those things now and learn how to, hey, because let's say I could put salt and pepper on most things and say, yeah, that's doable. Like with the beans, salt and pepper, I'm good. I could eat that. I'd like it to be more so. So I have other spices for that. And you could also get your, maybe like onions. We get dried onions in your spice selection or whatever. There's all kinds of stuff you could add to it. But just something to consider. Because if you're ever in a situation where you had to eat nothing but, you know, rice or beans or pasta, you could get some things that you can doll it up, make it a little more appealing, and have that available to you. Anyhow, love you. God bless.